Hey folks, this is immigration attorney Hassan Abdullah, and I'm preparing this video to talk about a somewhat controversial topic. It has to do with Zakir Naik's passport being revoked. And he has indicated actually previously that 10 countries have offered him citizenship. The question is, what about the United States? Obviously, the United States doesn't just unilaterally offer green cards or asylum or citizenship just like that. But the question is, if he were to come to the United States, could an asylum case even be filed? What actually happened was his passport was revoked by the government, and the reason it was revoked is because he did not cooperate in a probe to investigate his ties with terrorism. So, you know, if someone does have any terrorism ties at all, obviously they have no chance of getting asylum in the United States. There are rules that are in place that make that a bar to asylum, to permanent residence, and there's no waivers for that. Now, another thing is if he applies for asylum and there's no ties, the fact is it's in the media, so there's going to have to be background checks. Background checks can take a long time. If you do apply for asylum, within 150 days, you can get work authorization to work here, however, lawfully. So anyhow, that's kind of how asylum works. I've read and seen, well, I've seen some of the things that Zakir Naik has said. It seems you can see some controversy in it, but at the same time, things can be taken out of context. And I can understand particularly why the government in India might have a problem with some of the things he said. But just on that alone, it doesn't seem that he's really a threat at all to sovereignty, to security. But they're just saying he has some ties with terrorist activities that they're suspecting. But again, based on the things that he's publicly said, you take it into context, it doesn't seem that there's really anything all that very controversial. He obviously is encouraging. He's sort of a televangelist, encouraging people to change their religion to Islam because he's an advocate, but of the faith of Islam. But besides that, there really isn't something that's very controversial. But obviously, that would trouble the ideological, the current ideological state in India. So I can understand why people would try to grasp at straws potentially to go after someone who has has made such a name for himself and is so well known and has such an impact on the way a lot of people think and feel. So anyway, there's a probe. It seems to be a witch hunt. What's really going on, and is there any actual controversy behind him? Well, time may tell. We're not sure, but if he has absolutely no ties and there's no record of that, potentially asylum might be an option in various countries, even the United States. So that's basically all I want to say at this time. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.